Hey guys, is this thing on? Well, just getting ready. Checking out my setup here, seeing if you can hear me. For some yin, restore, and wine. That's optional. Alright, just comment if you can hear me okay, or see me, or whatever. Hey y'all. We still got a couple minutes, so just thought I would jump on here before making sure everything works. Can't read that far. Let's see who's here so far. Hello. Hi Irene. Hi Simone. Hi Hyatt. Y'all got wine? Oh, you guys are all here. So this is very strange for me to teach to a basically a desk chair, but I know you're all back there somewhere, and it's pretty amazing. Thanks to Lori for putting this together. Hopefully you all had a pretty zen day. I had a pretty easy day today. I didn't have to work tomorrow. Another story, but glad you're all practicing with me tonight. And we'll start in a couple minutes. So, any questions about yin that I can answer, or any comments? Can you hear me okay? I know my voice is a little low, so I'm going to try and speak up. Alexa, resume. How's that for the music? Can you guys hear that? I can't see as far as my comments. I have to come over here. But okay, cool. Everyone can hear me, can hear the music. We'll start it up in a little bit. So starting to grab some props like a blanket or some blocks. If you don't have any blocks, maybe a couple books just to have handy. What time do we have here? I'm so blind. Okay. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Get your glasses of wine ready. Okay guys, I'm still here, don't worry. So in case you're wondering if it feels weird to just talk to your phone, it does. Sorry. We'll give other people a couple minutes. I gotta watch so I know what time it is. This is my space wall. I'm pretty proud of it. I created that out of just spray paint. We painted the wall black and then I took like little circles and used spray paint. It was super easy in case you guys want to project for this time period. What else? What else? What's going on with you guys? All is well? Hey Michelle. Happy birthday to Haley. Hi Nina's. So amazing. This is so strange, but really cool. I'm really honored to be a part of it. And we'll get started soon. So this is a yin and restore class. In my yin and restorative class, we kind of move around a little bit. We don't just do a few poses. We'll get into it, get into the hips, try and de-stress, get into a nice breathing exercise that should hopefully help us. Hi guys, hi Liz. Alexa, show me the time.
The time is 8:58 p.m.
Oh, Alexa. Okay, so we'll give it a couple more minutes. I just was nervous that I wouldn't figure this all out before my time frame, so that's why I'm still here. I'm drinking wine because Lori said we were allowed to, and I don't have to drive anywhere, so yay. Cheers. Okay, hey Erica, how's it going? I didn't do anything with the kids today. They just played Wii Fit and, not Wii Fit, the dance, Wii Revolution. I can't even be bothered. Hey Marilyn. Alright, I'm excited. My guru's here, my little yin guru. Learned all my best, hopefully, from Marilyn. Honored. Do you like my space wall, Marilyn? I'm really pretty excited about my space wall. The rest of this basement, total disaster, so you're not allowed to see that part. It's like exercise equipment, drum set, garbage, whatever. Everything just falls into this area. I think we're about ready to start, right? We got one more minute. And people can join us when they're ready. So I shall get started here. I was happy to be able to teach today because we are up to our third niyama? What? Anyway, it's Swadhyaya. I'm sure I said that incorrectly, but this niyama is about self-study. So perfect time in world history to do some self-study here today. It's a great time to practice all the yamas and niyamas, cleanliness, non-hoarding, all of these things all of a sudden start making a lot of sense, like, aha, that's why that was written all those years ago. So our self-study here today on the mat, in our own life. So just start by getting into your comfortable seat. This can be anything, as long as your spine is straight and lifted, maybe putting a block under your hips. And then beginning to close your eyes, noticing your breath. So sometimes when we get nervous, we feel the breath just come into the top of the lungs. We're taking little sips of air, like, just notice if if that's happening here, and if it is, slowing it down. Finding a position for your hands, maybe grounding your hands down into your knees. And then begin to deepen your breath, taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathing in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Again, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, sigh it out. One more deep inhale, filling completely. Exhale, releasing everything. And I invite you to go into Nadi Shodhana. You can use your right hand and your ring finger and your thumb. So placing the pointer and the middle finger on your forehead, you're going to exhale everything away. If you don't want to touch your face, you can just do this with your mind. Exhale everything out, closing up the right nostril with the thumb. We're going to inhale through the left. Closing up the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it up, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Following that pattern, we use Nadi Shodhana to cleanse. Nadi means river, or Shodhana means purification. Thinking about those Venice canals, now that no tourists, no boats are coming into them, the dolphins have come back, the canals are clean and fresh, and we're doing that to our own channels in our body. So following this breath and this movement, few more deep breaths, maybe lengthening each breath. Notice if you're holding any tension in your belly, letting your belly expand with the inhales. Few more rounds of this Nadi Shodhana. And on your last exhale, making that through the left. So taking your time to get there. And then releasing your hand if you had your hand up. We're adopting a mantra here today to use for our class. I would like to give you the mantra of who am I for our self-study. You can pick any mantra, maybe even a small prayer. Just pick a set of words here that you can use. Mantra means mind control or mind tool. So we're trying to control our mind, control our thoughts with this mantra. And then when you're ready, hands to heart center, setting your intention, and perhaps your dedication. Let's everybody exhale together. Inhaling for Om. And then slowly blinking open your eyes. coming into our comfortable cross-legged seat. So if you were cross-legged, maybe switching the crossing of your legs here. And then starting by taking some neck rolls, so tucking your chin to your chest, dropping your ear to your shoulder, letting the head come all the way down and back, ear to shoulder, chin to chest. So taking this opportunity here to link your breath with your movement. Notice if you're holding any tension in your shoulders, letting them come down and back. And then reversing the direction. Lingering in one place. If you're feeling some tightness, maybe just lingering on one side or the other. Checking in with your body. So using these more restorative classes to check in, notice what's going on. And now reversing the direction. So taking your neck rolls the other way. Keeping this balance in the body. When you're ready, coming through center, a nice tall spine. We're going to inhale, arms come up overhead, look up. On the exhale, taking your twist to the left, bringing your left hand behind you, right hand on your knee. Turn all the way. So you're staying in your twist, 3 deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, twisting even deeper. On your inhale, coming through center, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Deep inhales. Sitting evenly on your sitting bones, not tilting over. A few more breaths here. Then inhaling, coming through center. On the exhale, dropping left hand down, reaching up and over with your right hand. Maybe gazing up at that hand. So feeling the earth beneath your palm, pushing into the earth, maintaining your seat. Let's take a few more deep breaths, breathing into that right rib cage. Expand the rib cage. Let's inhale, rise up through center, reconnect, exhale. Right palm down, reach up and over with your left. Again, feeling the ground beneath your sitting bones, beneath your hand. Feeling the breath expand into your left ribs. Let's inhale, come through center, bringing both hands down, and then coming into our butterfly posture. So a couple of different options here in your butterfly. If you want a deeper stretch, taking your block or your books and placing them in between the soles of your feet. If you want something a little bit more restorative, taking those blocks under your knees and sending the feet away from the body a little bit. And then when you're ready, grabbing a hold of the ankles or the feet. Inhale to stretch up, lengthen from the waist. On your exhale, elbows come out, reach forward. And just coming to that place where you feel it in your inner thighs. And exhale, let your head and neck relax. Maybe even let your neck go all the way down. I'm going to stay right here with you guys. Just noticing the breath. Notice if your mind started to wander. Where did your thoughts go? Using this restorative posture to actively, consciously let go of any tension. Telling your body, you don't need to hold this anymore. I'm okay. Let it go. Feeling the tension unravel in your legs and your hips, maybe in your neck, your upper back. Reconnecting with that breath. Maybe even imagining those dolphins swimming around the Venice canals. Let's all take 3 more deep breaths here. And then on your last inhale, slowly coming to rise. We're going to extend our left leg out. So I'm going to move to the side. Extend this left leg out and bring this right leg up and over. This is possible here. Staying right here. If you want a little bit more, maybe bending that bottom left leg. So we are coming into this shoelace posture. So it could be either option. Depending on how that bottom leg feels, we're going to keep it straight or we're going to bend it. And once we get into our shoelace, making sure both hips are square and seated on the floor. Maybe if one hip is up, using a block or a blanket here, just to feel that grounding. And maybe this feels perfect just staying right here. Maybe you want to walk the fingertips out just a little bit. And noticing each option that you have. In yin, we keep our postures for about 3 minutes at a time. So staying and noticing and using your breath. Seeing what comes up both mentally and what comes up in the body. And when your thoughts start scattering around, bringing it back to this present moment with your mantra, who am I? And your breath. Taking a few more breaths here. Let's slowly begin to walk our hands back towards our body. And even walking them further back, still underneath our shoulders, so that we can lean back into the hands and give the legs a little break here. Extend one leg, extend the other. And just taking some counter poses, maybe windshield wiper. And then keeping that right leg straight this time, we're going to cross the left leg over, stacking the knees, maybe staying right here. This feels good, you want to do something else, maybe bending that bottom right leg. Many different options, none of them are wrong or right, just different. And then feeling that ground in the pelvic girdle. Feeling your hips really grounded here, maybe walking the fingertips out again. And just notice if something feels different on this side. Just notice with interest and not judgment. Maybe this is the side you hold your tension. Getting back into the breath, getting back into your mantra. Who am I? Beginning a self-study of your thoughts maybe this upcoming week. Why am I doing this? Why do I choose this over that? Why am I judging that person? Why am I judging myself? A few more deep breaths here. Allowing your thoughts to come in and out. And just witnessing them. And then again, slowly walking your hands back when you feel ready, coming into your seat and then leaning back into the hands, extending your legs, maybe windshield wiper out the legs here. And then we're coming all the way down. I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm going to scooch up, keeping my soles planted, coming all the way back. And then grabbing either a block or a very large pillow, maybe even the pillow from your couch can work, like a thick, hard pillow. And we're going into a restorative bridge pose. So coming all the way back, laying down, and then sliding the block, the flat part here, right underneath the flat part of your sacrum. So this takes a little adjusting. Maybe you put it there and it doesn't feel quite right. Putting it a little lower or a little higher. So staying here in this restorative bridge pose, getting this opening to the anterior part of your pelvis. Maybe palms up here to receive some energy, some love. Maybe even your hands come over your head. Another option is to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your breath. Trying to release any tension from your legs, any tension from your hips. So sending that breath into your hips. This is a great pose for any sciatica, opening up the sacroiliac joints. We're going to be here for a few more deep breaths. Noticing your belly rise with every inhale. With every exhale, releasing any tension in your chest, any tightness, any anxiety here. Let that go. You're home, you're safe. Let's take 3 more deep breaths right here. And then on your last exhale, trying to hug one knee in and the other knee in. Maybe we can remove that block. And just keep the knees hugged in here. Maybe chin up. Massaging your lower back. And then extending the feet into the air. We're grabbing for the outsides of the feet. So knees into armpits for your stirrup pose or happy baby. So option to take a little movement, just opening up. And then when you're ready, finding some stillness. So finding stillness in this pose isn't always easy, mentally, physically. Flattening out your entire spine, so tucking your chin into your chest, getting the cervical spine on the mat. Sending your breath to your hips, allowing them to release. Just noticing if you feel comfortable here. Do you feel vulnerable? Do you feel silly? Just trying to study why do we feel like that? What am I feeling? And then again, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth. When you're ready, coming up into your seat. So either rocking up to a seat or coming onto one hip and then coming into your tabletop. So in tabletop, wrists, elbows, shoulders in one line. Knees are right under your hips. We're just going to do some counter poses here. We're going to inhale for cow, look up, open up your heart, exhale for cat, inhaling and exhaling. So doing your own thing, opening up, maybe side to side, hips come side to side. Maybe you just stay in one for a while and then move to the other. And then finding our stillness. We're going to tuck our toes underneath. Just being mindful, anybody with any injury, any foot injury, maybe staying in our cat-cow. But if you don't have a foot injury or surgery, we're going to come back on our heels. So this can get a little bit intense. I'm going to face away from you. So your toes are tucked under here, and you're sitting back on your heels. Option to take an arm bind, maybe open up here. And this is a great stretch for your plantar fascia. So it connects from your second metatarsal all the way to your calcaneus. Oftentimes, with age and use, this becomes tight and very painful, so protecting ourselves from any future injuries to our feet, opening up. If it gets difficult, come into your table, readjust, and come back. Also, option to do something with your hands to literally trick your mind into thinking about something else. You can maybe play with your fingers. You can say your mantra. You can open up. A few more deep breaths in our toe. And then when you're ready, coming into your table, release. Maybe tap out those feet and feel the blood coming back. From our tabletop, noticing your knees and hips are stacked, you're going to walk your hands out in front of you. Coming into your melting heart pose or puppy pose. So I just need a little bit more room here. I'm walking my hands out. Maybe my forehead comes to the mat or a block. If you feel some tension in your shoulders in this pose, move your hands further apart. Also, option to just do one hand at a time. So just being nice to our bodies, not pushing. Obviously, nobody's watching you, so you can do what you want here. And while you guys are in your melting heart pose, I will be sitting. So we're in melting heart right now, or puppy. Listening to the breath. Noticing your thoughts. And coming back to that mantra, who am I? In your puppy pose or your melting heart, this is a very reverent posture, giving reverence to whatever you believe in, the universe, God, Mother Nature. And sending your reverence out in the form of a prayer or a gratitude or whatever that may be for you. Just spending a few moments here in your own soul, your own spirit, speaking to your higher being. And then staying right there if this feels good, or sliding back into your child's pose. So now sitting, coming to sit all the way back, using a block. And why we use that block under our seat, if our seat doesn't touch our heels, which sometimes it doesn't, we get that connection to the earth. It just has this comforting feel just to know that you're not floating out there, you're connected. Letting your hands come up or even alongside your body depends on how that feels in your shoulders. Child's pose should feel nice and comfortable and relaxing. Just let it go, let the earth hold you up. Know that you are being taken care of. You are loved. You're here on this planet. You're experiencing all of this. A few more deep breaths in your child's pose. Notice how we feel in child's pose. What is that 0 to 60 feeling? How does that work? Why do I feel like this in this pose and so completely different in another pose? When you guys feel ready, begin to deepen your breath, coming out of your child's pose. Always option to stay right there. If you feel good, just stay there. We're going to slide our body up and forward, tucking our toes, and coming into a down dog. Maybe bending one knee, bend the other. Maybe slide into plank, slide back. Do whatever feels good here. And then we're walking our feet up to our hands, staying in our forward fold. So feet come wide here, even wider than hip width distance. Widen your feet all the way out. And then rolling your weight into your toes, into your heels. Let your head and neck hang. Maybe grab your elbows and sway back and forth. I'm coming to stand, but you're staying in your dangle pose. So in dangle, releasing any tension from your cervical spine and feeling that tension just pull off, roll off into the ground. No longer needed. You've gotten through that day. Let that tension go. Let your neck decompress. A few more deep breaths here in your dangle pose. Feeling your weight shift from foot to foot, maybe come into your toes. And then option to stay there and dangle, or taking a different option is to bend into the knees, keeping your feet nice and flat on the mat and just lowering your seat all the way down. Maybe use that block here or that pile of books. Option to use the wall if you have a wall, that's handy. So we're coming down into our yogi squat. But we're also keeping that dangle, so letting your hands come out, let your head and neck hang. So many different options: block, the wall, or staying in dangle. And here, opening up the inner hip flexors, opening up all along the back of your calf, actively, consciously releasing any tension. Taking 5 more deep breaths here in our squat. Noticing your thoughts. Observing your thoughts and actions as if you were somebody else. You're just witnessing that person having these thoughts, these feelings, these actions. Your self-study this week. Noticing the way you react to other people. And we're in our squat. We're coming into dangle again. So leaning some weight into the hands, coming off your block, pushing up. From here, stepping back into your downward facing dog. And just taking some movement here, some counter pose. And then dropping to your knees, keeping this block handy at the top of the mat. We're moving through our dragon series. So extending your right knee out to the side like a fire hydrant. Send that knee up, foot to the top of the mat. We find ourselves here in what we commonly refer to as lizard. In yin, it is dragon. So if this is feeling a little too much, grab that block or those books, hands right there. If this feels fine and you want maybe something different, you can take a winged dragon, which is opening up that right knee to the side and exposing the sole of the foot for your winged dragon. Or maybe you want to go into low flying dragon with your forearms down, forearms on a block. Or perhaps you would like to try fire breathing dragon. So tucking the back toes under, lifting that left knee. So taking whatever version feels good for you. I'm going to take the low flying dragon. Noticing which option you picked. And then maybe let your head and neck hang down. I'm just keeping my head up so that I can speak to you guys. But it's better for you to just let your head relax if you can. You don't need extra tension in your neck. Coming back to that breath and that mantra. Maybe trying your Nadi Shodhana here, just mentally doing it without your hand. Exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Cleansing the channels in your body, opening here, protecting your hip from any future injuries. And these yin classes really improving your flexibility. So becoming flexible in order to maintain any injuries, maybe not having any, tears in the future. If you get stuck in a weird position, you'll bounce right back because you're flexible. So we're trying to maintain that healthy flexibility in our joints. And then when you're ready to come out, push the weight into the soles of your hands. Let that knee come out to the side and walking all the way back, taking a quick child's pose here, or even a downward facing dog, either one. When you feel ready, coming back into your table, we're extending the left hip out to the side. Bring it up to the top. Grab that block and come into your dragon on this side. Whatever we took on one side of the body, trying to maintain that if you can, keeping that balance between the two sides. And taking your time getting to where you feel like it is your deepest. So you may spend a few moments here and then getting a little bit deeper. Noticing your thoughts. Maybe taking this next week here to really study ourselves as if we were taking a college course. Mary Beth 101, why does she do these things? Why did she say that? What is she thinking now? And taking the college course on yourself, really get into studying things that make you upset, things that make you happy. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here in our dragon pose. Dragons are imaginary. This whole world feels imaginary right now. But we are not imaginary. We are here. We are present. We're amazing and resilient, and we will persevere. On your last breath, push into your hands, pushing the weight into your back leg, releasing that knee and coming all the way back into your child's pose. Making this the most restorative child's pose that you can. Really grounding in, feeling your seat on your feet or on that block or blanket. Feeling with every breath there's a release from your chest. There's a release from your shoulders. Feeling the ground hold you up. The earth has got you. You're okay. You're beautiful. You're holding everything together. You're a part of this great big world, and we all have each other. Do not worry. A few more deep breaths in your child's pose. And when you feel ready, walking yourself up to a seat, we're going to roll over onto one hip, extend the feet out in front. Let's inhale, arms come up, reach up. Exhale with a flat back, reaching for those feet, ankles, those shins, and then just lowering down. Maybe release any tension from the legs. Let your head hang. Let your knees get a little limp here in this forward fold. Staying in your forward fold, a few more deep breaths, feeling any tension in your lower back, your upper back, in between your shoulder blades. Telling your body to let that go. It's not necessary. And then slowly coming to rise. We're going to come all the way back down on our mat. If you have a wall handy, maybe opting for legs up the wall. Either way, we're putting our legs overhead. So legs up the wall, you sit your hip right next to the wall. Come down, let the legs come up. So that way, your tailbone is right up against the wall. I don't know if you guys can see me over here. Otherwise, you're just going to come into your 90-degree pose. So in 90-degree pose, your ankles, knees, hips all in one line, feeling that reversal of energy. Noticing any tension release from your legs. Letting all of the blood come back into your vital organs, cleansing, renewing, refreshing. And then when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth until your legs come to one side or the other, taking your spinal twist. Arms to the side, legs coming to one side or the other side. So always option to use a block in between the knees. If you're getting a little tightness in your lower back, that helps. And once you get down here in your spinal twist, taking your breath and awareness from the crown of your head, sending it all the way down to your sacrum, your coccyx, releasing each and every vertebrae on the way. And then sending that breath back up. We're all in a spinal twist right now. Releasing any tension from your shoulders, from the center of your chest. Breathing deep, full breaths. Release any tension from your legs. Let your legs go. And then when you're ready, inhaling through center and twisting to the other side. So option to use that block coming into your twist. And sending that breath again all the way down. Noticing where the breath stops. Is it your lower back? Is it in between your shoulder blades? And letting the breath clear the pathway here. Actively release tension. A few more deep breaths. Notice the breath in your heart, in your belly, in your sacrum. Noticing the breath in your throat. And then when you're ready, taking your knees to the center, rolling out your back one more time. Grabbing any favorite prop, your blanket, your bolster, some pillows, some books, whatever you have laying around, and taking your final resting pose. Don't give up on this pose. I know you're home. This is the most important pose for your body. Alexa, stop. Letting your body know that it is okay to stop. Closing your eyes. Noticing the place between your eyebrows, relaxing. Noticing if you're clenching your jaw, letting that go. Arms and legs are heavy. Breathing deeply into the center of your chest, releasing any tension. Letting that breath come into your belly. Feeling your belly rise and fall. Imagining a bright white light surrounding you, protecting you. Sending this bright white light on your inhales, filling your body. wiggling your fingers and toes. Moving your head side to side. And then inhaling for a nice deep full body stretch. Arms overhead, point your toes. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Coming to lay on your right side in a fetal position. Making a pillow out of your right bicep, left hand. Spending a moment here in gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for getting yourself here, for choosing your own health, your own sanity. Gratitude for all of the beautiful things in your life, your family, your friends, your health, your mental health. And holding this grateful heart, coming to your seat, keeping your eyes closed if that feels good, keeping your hands in prayer at heart center. We're going to take the good energy, the good vibrations of our online community all here together. We're going to send this out, all of our good intentions, all of our dedications to the universe together with the sacred sound of Om. Exhale everything away. Inhale together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and may my thoughts, words, and actions contribute to their happiness and freedom. The love enlighten me, honors and sees the love enlighten each of you. May you carry this peace with you for the rest of your week. Share it with everyone, everything you encounter. Namaste. Thank you guys for sharing with me. It was truly an honor. Thank you, Lori, for hosting this. It's amazing. And come back to my basement anytime you want. I'm here. We can stand 6 feet apart. Cheers. Have a good night. Stay healthy. And I will see you next time. Hopefully soon in class. Bye, guys. Namaste, Lori.